Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation on a Saturday morning. Hope you've had an awesome week. Hope you're into having a good weekend. There we go. Ready to get started. Our teacher this week is Anita Moorjani. Her work is really awesome. Do a search for Anita Moorjani, listen to some interviews with her so you can get an idea of her story. Today's meditation is the meditation I generally like to do on a Saturday morning. It is an experience of our physical senses and then kind of contrasting that to our inner senses, our outer world and our inner world, and how we can hold both of these. And the part that speaks to me in Anita Moorjani's work to this duality is when she speaks about ego. So all of her teachings this morning will be about ego. Anthony, a very good morning, and Sunmuddy, a very good morning. Hope you're having a great weekend wherever you are. So ego, have you ever thought about defining ego? How would you define ego? What is your ego exactly? Anita Moorjani has a beautiful way of speaking about ego. That'll be worked into the later part of our meditation today. She says, when we deny the ego, it will pop up unannounced and uncontrolled in all sorts of situations. If we embrace the ego as part of the reason we came into this life, then it doesn't need to keep surprising us by exploding at the most inopportune moments. Israela, good morning. Happy Saturday to you. The next thoughts on ego from Anita Moorjani says, when you can completely love your ego unconditionally and accept it as part of how you express in this life, you'll no longer have a problem with it. It won't impede your growth. On the contrary, it will be an asset. Another thought about ego says, if you deny your ego, it will push back against you harder. The more you reject something, the more it fights back for its own survival. But when you can completely love your ego unconditionally and accept it as a part of how you express in this life, you'll no longer have a problem with it. The more I love myself and embrace my ego, realizing it is a necessary part of being in the physical world, the easier it becomes for me to see myself beyond my ego and to become aware of my infinite self. That includes my ego, yet transcends it at the same time. And that's what we'll get to, these words. She says, embrace everything about myself. That includes my ego, yet transcends it at the same time. That's the balance we can hold with this thing, this part of us that we could perhaps call ego. One last thought. We choose to come here so that we can experience a reality of separation. And an ego is absolutely necessary to feel this reality and to experience these feelings. Without an ego, we would be back in the state of non-duality, the state of oneness, of pure consciousness. There are so many ways to define what ego could be, what it could mean. The Greek word ego means I am. That's what it literally means. It's the very human part of me that says, I am Pierre. I am the owner of this thing. I am the husband of Debbie. I am the father of Auden and Dominique. That I am. It's just a very human part of our identity and of our psyche. Another way of looking at ego is it is the collection of all of our human meaning making, all of our human stories, all of the messaging that we've been getting since childhood that informs our mental chatter. We could call everything we experience in our mind small self, different versions of our small self, different parts. There's generally a narrative of a victim somewhere in there. There's a narrative of a protector in there. There's a narrative of a critic in there. And it's the collection of all of these things that we could just distill into one word: ego. That's I am, that very human I am. We're starting off our Saturday morning meditation in the normal way with a come to my senses meditation, where we explore our 5 physical senses. And then after that part, we'll tie it in with this experience of how do we balance this ego? How do we balance this part of us? Hey, Michelle, a very good Saturday morning to you. We are just ready to get going. And Charlene, good morning. It's awesome seeing you. Right, if you are ready, you can close your eyes and let's float away on today's journey together. Starting with the first few big breaths. Take a deep breath in. And out. Take a deep breath in. And out. A deep inhale. And let it go. Deep breath in. And out. One more. Big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. As you fill up your belly with air, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. Once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. And as you exhale, soften. As you breathe out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders and drop your head. Your only job right now is with every exhale to invite softness into your body. With every exhale, see if If you're able to become even softer than the exhale before, and as you do, really feel into your body. Our journey today will be an experience of the feedback that our body gives us. What does it feel like to be in your body right now? Without moving your hands, can you feel your palms? Without moving your feet, can you have an experience of what the soles of your feet feel like? What are you able to feel just behind your belly button? Can you feel your heart beating? We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies to stretch, to adjust, and to settle down. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles in big half circles to the left and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. And one more deep breath in. As you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having stepped into presence as much as we possibly can, we'll now turn inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. With every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a long, slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel the muscles of your body and feel each one of them soften. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. Feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow. As you breathe in through your nose, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. As you hold your breath, you're focused on an inner experience. You're holding you inside of you, your arms wrapped around you. Hold your breath only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a long, slow exhale. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, again welcome yourself to this body and the experience that this vehicle gives you. Take your next big breath. Our journey of the senses goes from top to bottom, and our first stop is your eyes. While keeping them closed, what would be the most obvious thing you would see if you were to open your eyes? As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, study this obvious thing from all of its angles. Take your next big breath. Then we change gears on what you can see. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, what would be the least obvious thing in the room you are in? Something you'd have to search around for before you find it and go, oh yes, that thing there. I forgot about that. Take your next big breath. Thank your eyes for the experience it gives you. And then we'll take a step down to our ears and what we can hear. With the next big breath as you dive deep into you, pay attention to the most obvious sound that you can hear. Really zoom into that sound and see if you can find different levels to it, different layers of vibration to this obvious sound. Take your next big breath. And then we'll change gears with your next big breath as you dive deep into you. What is the faintest sound that you can hear? Use your ears like a radar, scan around you until you find that tiny sound that you can only just barely find. Take your next big breath. Thank your ears for the experience that they give you. We'll take another step downwards. And for the next 2 stops, you're welcome to change your breathing to whatever works for you. Our next stop is your nose, in which you can smell. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, is there any obvious smell that you can pick up? Take your next big breath. we'll change gears. As you take your next big breath, is there any other smell that you can pick up? Any secondary layer of smell? Take your next big breath. Thank your nose for the experience that it provides you with. We'll take another step down to your mouth and what it is that you can taste. With the next big breath as you dive deep into you, is there any obvious taste that you can pick up? Take your next big breath. And then we change gears. With your next big breath, is there any other layer of taste that you can also discern? Take your next big breath. Thank your mouth for the experience that it provides you. And then we have one last stop, and that is the surface of your skin. With your next big breath, pay attention to where on your skin do you feel the most pressure or most sensation. the most obvious. And as you take your next big breath, pay attention to that area and all the different kinds of sensations and pressures you feel in that space. Take your next big breath. And then one more stop. On the surface of your skin, find a spot where you can only just barely feel any sensation. Maybe you're actually feeling the air touch your skin. Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it a really long, slow exhale, inviting softness into every part of your body. We'll do just one more. Take a deep breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. No more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. Notice the ease with which you allowed your body to show you an experience. You might not like what you see, but you're not rejecting your eyes for showing it to you. You might not enjoy what you're smelling, but you're not blaming your nose. Your nose is still acceptable All of the Anita Moorjani quotes we started our day with spoke about ego and how having this part of us that we could call ego, or many other things, small self, the scared human, our different parts, how having this as part of our human experience is built into how we are able to experience duality. An ego that says, I am, as a separate, almost in opposition to everything around me. Anita Moorjani spoke about it would be senseless to be at war with this ego. We can't beat it, we can't fight it, we can't leave it behind or destroy it. It's baked into owning a human body. We need to accept it. We need to love it. Love every part of us. Our inner world, our inner experience gives us experience just like our senses. When you look at feelings, emotions, and thoughts, take a step back and also just see them like something your eyes would show you. Take a step back and experience an emotion like the experience your nose might give you. This is how we hold an ego in balance. Being able to take a step back and allow the experience by being the observer. Who am I being while I take a step back and look at my ego? Who am I being as I take a step back and I look at this part of me that says, I am, in opposition to the world around me? Soften as you take a step back and look at this ego that is you, and ask yourself, who am I being while I can see this, look at this, hold this? Ram Dass had a beautiful explanation. While the ego says I am as a separate thing, taking a step back and looking at ego, the only way that Ram Dass could describe this was this: I am this, I am. The I am that recognizes the unity, the oneness in all. Thank you for joining our journey. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say yours. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for having this body. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for having acceptance for everything that this body brings. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning that it's only in accepting this ego, this small self, all of these parts, it's only in holding them and allowing them to be that I actually transcend them. Take a deep breath in. The moment I fight my human experience, we could call it ego. At the moment I fight my human experience, I am caught and stuck in this human experience. But as I have acceptance for this human experience and I allow it to be, I become free to be more. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for spending a little bit of your Saturday with us. Tomorrow's meditation, as you know, on a Sunday is a more quiet one. Can we all come and sit in silence together? So if that's something you like to do, come and join us tomorrow again. Hey Pat, good morning, it's good to see you. Dimitri, good afternoon, dude. It is so awesome seeing you. Ange, hello, thank you for popping in. Nella and Vivian as well, good morning to you. Have an awesome Saturday. I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Thank you, Sunmuddy. Thank you, Anthony. See you guys again soon. Ciao, ciao.